Hey, I'm Dan. I am a manager from Raw Power Management. I'm here at Buma Rocks, and you are watching Toasted. Well, I think we work in a passionate industry. I think people don't, it's not like working in a bank or working for a shop. It's like people that work in the music industry have, it's also their life as well. Like it's their hobby and it's what you love. And, you know, we're all in it for the love of music because we want to work with it day in, day out. It's such a competitive market. Like it's a saturated industry. Like you have to be passionate and you have to be willing to put in the hours to stay in it because you're out otherwise. You know, there's essentially a big queue of people outside that want to be involved with the music industry that are trying to get a look in. So you've got to stay on top of it, and you got to put in the hours, I guess. You know, you have to work hard. It's a tough gig. You've got to be bringing something. I mean, you can't be replaceable, really. I mean, it's kind of weird because there's a lot of, like, I didn't study to get where I am. Like I went to school obviously, but I didn't do a management course or anything like that. So I just kind of ended up here. So, and that can happen for a lot of people. You can just kind of, you can go in at, entry level and just work up. You got to know your shit, I guess, which I don't even claim that I do. I don't know. I'm just blagging it. I think we take it for granted how many bands go through London, how many gigs there are, how many opportunities there are to see great bands. So I try and get out and go to as many gigs as I can. You know what? Well, I try and just go as a fan. Like a lot of the time, I mean, a lot of the gigs we do, we're kind of affiliated with it. Either we'll have a band on the bill, or I'll be a friend of the agent who's putting it on. So I'll have kind of like work gigs that I would go to for that reason. But then I also like to just go to a gig with no agenda, nothing. I just want to go and see music, and I'm not necessarily looking for anything. And they're often the best gigs because you walk away with like, fuck, that band was good. If I see a band and they're great just off the back of one live show, I would definitely, maybe not hit them up, but I would definitely go home and check out their website, check out their Facebook, see what else they've got going on. And then you see that they've got other shows, and then you see how they talk to their fans on social media, and you're like, okay, they clearly know what they're doing. And then you see a picture of them and you're like, they look good, that looks cool. And then you listen to the music and you're like, I recognize that song, they played that second. All of a sudden, if you're at that point and you're still into it, then you'd probably be like, all right, this band's got something. I want to go see them again. Or I just want to hit them up and say, hey, I enjoyed the show. Just making myself known. Like, even then, I maybe wouldn't have an agenda. Mm-hmm. I would just want to make some contact. Everyone wants to be on top of the next best thing, Everyone wants to find it before anyone else does. So we're all going to gigs. We're all trying to find where this band is hiding. You could turn up to a gig and there's 3 people there, and you're like, oh man, it's 3 people. It wasn't even worth getting a night off work for. And that one person could be, Neil Warnock, who was here earlier, who, the agency. He could be one of those people, and it ends up being the gig that changes your life. So you try and stand out in your email. If you're just sending like a cold call email, if you're emailing someone that has no idea who you are, you've never had any interaction with them, and you want them to listen to your music, just straight away you need to stand out. There's not really an answer. I couldn't tell you what exactly I'm looking for, like when I'm looking for a band. But if I was to get an email, or if I was to go and see a band, there would just be something there that intrigued me. I would need to see something that really excited me.